Yo, what's up, guys? Back with another stream. We're back. Yes, we ended the previous stream early, but yeah. If you know, you know. Today in this, we're gonna be reacting to. This is not the video. This is the one.
The Boetes Void is one of the most
Scariest places in the universe explained. This is from my boy Mind. Go check out his channel. And with that said, get into it.
The Boetes Void is one of the most mysterious and terrifying places in the known universe. Discovered in 1981 by astronomer Robert Kishner.
The Great Nothing. Bro, I don't know why my wife be doing this today. Something is
and his team during a redshift survey of the galaxies. The Boetes Void is an enormous region of space that is almost entirely empty. Located in the constellation of Boetes, it lies approximately 700 million light years away from Earth. What makes the Boetes Void so unsettling is its enormous scale and emptiness. Spanning roughly 330 million light years in diameter, it is one of the largest known voids in the universe. To put that into perspective, if the Milky Way galaxy were placed inside it, it would be alone, with no other galaxies visible for hundreds of millions of light years in every direction. In total, the void contains far fewer galaxies than expected. Only about 60 have been found inside, compared to the thousands that should occupy a region of that size. The emptiness of the Boetes Void challenges our understanding of the large-scale structure of the cosmos. It's often called the Great Nothing, due to how devoid of matter it is. Scientists believe it formed from gravitational effects early in the universe's history, possibly from the merging of smaller voids. However, some theorists have speculated that such vast emptiness could hint at an unknown cosmic phenomenon, or that we're seeing the limits of our observational understanding. Its haunting isolation and incomprehensible size are what make the Boetes Void one of the...
Just like out of nowhere, like being placed into this, bro. Like there's just nothing. As far as you can see, just nothing.
Scariest places in the universe. It's a reminder that the cosmos isn't just filled with stars and galaxies, but also with vast, lonely stretches of absolute nothingness. Places where time and light seem to vanish into silence. The Eridanus supervoid is one of the most eerie and mysterious structures in the known universe. First identified in 2004 through observation of the cosmic microwave background, CMB, the afterglow of the Big Bang, astronomers noticed a strange cold spot in the sky in the direction of the constellation Eridanus. Further investigation revealed that this region is not just cold, but also vastly underpopulated with galaxies, forming what's now...
That's crazy.
Now known as the Eridanus supervoid. Located about 1.3 billion light years away, this massive cosmic void spans roughly 1 billion light years across, making it one of the largest known voids.
Bro, being placed in a place like that, just a bunch of nothingness, bro. Must be scary, bro. So scary.
The universe. It is characterized by an extreme lack of galaxies, stars, and matter. In comparison to other voids, which are common in the large-scale structure of the cosmos, the Eridanus supervoid stands out due to its immense size in connection to the unusually cold region of the CMB. Some scientists believe it may explain the so-called cold spot in the CMB, but even that explanation is controversial. Others have speculated more wildly that it could be evidence of a collision with another universe, or a sign of physics beyond our current understanding. Its enormous scale and isolation stir existential dread, reminding us how little we truly understand about the universe. In a cosmos filled with matter, energy, and vibrant galaxies, the Eridanus supervoid is a silent and unsettling exception. a lonely expanse where even light seems to dim and vanish. It's one of the scariest places in the universe precisely because we don't fully know why it exists at all. The Great Attractor is one of the most mysterious and unsettling phenomena in the observable universe. It was first discovered in the 1970s and 1980s when astronomers noticed that our galaxy, the Milky Way, along with hundreds of thousands of other galaxies, were being pulled towards a specific region of space at immense speeds, roughly 600 kilometers per second. But
Yo,
what was doing the pulling remained hidden, obscured by the dense stars and dust of our own galaxy in an area called the Zone of Avoidance. The Great Attractor lies about 150 to 250 million light years away in the direction of the constellation Norma, near the center of the Laniakea supercluster, which includes the Milky Way. Despite its massive influence, it cannot be directly observed with visible light, adding to its eerie allure. It appears to be a gravitational anomaly, an unseen mass exerting a powerful gravitational pull on everything in the region. What makes the Great Attractor so terrifying is not just its invisibility, but also what it implies, that there are massive structures in the universe that we cannot see or fully understand, yet they shape the motion of entire galaxies. Later
and
research
you know what's crazy, bro? We're looking at these things and we're thinking to ourselves, like, there's no way that we could ever even come close to understanding this, right? Like, understanding this is next to impossible. And then you think about it and you realize, hey, think about the one who actually made this, bro. Because at the end of the day, there's a creator. We all know that. We all know that. And just imagine, bro, if God can create something this crazy and this complex, then just how much more complex is our God, bro? How smart is God, bro? You can imagine, bro. Because he's the one who made this, bro. Yo. Our God is smart.
suggests the Norma cluster, a massive collection of galaxies, is a major component of it. But the full extent of what's behind the Great Attractor's pull remains unknown. Even more unsettling, some scientists believe the Great Attractor may itself be moving toward an even more massive structure called the Shapley Supercluster. With that being said, the Great Attractor is a reminder that the universe is not only vast and violent, but also filled with unseen forces that tug at everything, including us,
And
drawing
like, you realize, like, how much is actually going on behind the scenes. To you, it's just a normal, boring day. But somewhere else in the universe, something is getting destroyed. Like, bro, it's crazy, bro.
entire galaxies into the unknown. The event horizon of a black hole is one of the most terrifying frontiers in the universe, a cosmic point of no return. The
Yeah.
concept was first developed in the early 20th century following Albert Einstein's theory of general relativity, and later refined by physicists like Carl Schwarzschild, who mathematically
How can you
described the radius around a black hole where nothing can escape, not even light. The event horizon isn't a physical surface, but a boundary in space. Once something crosses this invisible line, it is inevitably pulled towards the black hole's center or singularity by immense gravitational forces. No single object can escape past this threshold, meaning anything that falls in is lost to the observable universe forever. Event horizons exist around all black holes, whether they are stellar mass black holes scattered throughout
joking? Hold on. Okay, I'm good.
the galaxy, or supermassive black holes. From the outside of them, time appears to
Hold on. I ate noodles earlier, so I'm guessing one went down the wrong pipe. I'm good.
stop at the edge. From the inside, space and time distort beyond comprehension. An object falling in would be stretched by spaghetti
Spaghettification. I was about to say that, bro. That's why I want to. That's why I paused the video. You would be spaghettified. Spaghettification, bro. I was about to pause the video just for that.
Pulled
Just to brag about my knowledge, you know?
apart by tidal forces as it heads towards the singularity. We've never observed an event horizon directly until 2019, when the Event Horizon Telescope captured the shadow of the one in Miser 87, a galaxy 53 million light years away. The event horizon symbolizes the edge of known physics, a boundary where our understanding breaks down. It's a reminder that the universe harbors places where even light, information, and the laws of nature themselves are erased. The center of the
Our universe is
People are
so
quitting their jobs in massive numbers, all thanks to a platform that helps them earn from 30,000 Rand every single week.
like, it's so crazy to think that there's things
black hole, known as the
destroys our brains.
singularity, is arguably the most terrifying and mysterious place in the entire universe. While the concept of black holes was first predicted by Albert Einstein's general theory of relativity in 1915, the singularity itself emerged as a key idea in the 1960s through the work of physicists like Roger Penrose and Stephen Hawking. A singularity is a point where matter is crushed into infinite density, and the laws of physics, as we know them, break down completely. The singularity lies at the very heart of a black hole, hidden beneath the event horizon, the boundary beyond which nothing, not even light, can escape. From the outside, a black hole may appear as a dark, invisible sphere, but deep within it is the singularity, a place where gravity is so intense that time and space cease to function normally. Singularities exist all across the universe, typically at the centers of black holes formed by the collapse of massive stars. What makes the singularity so frightening is our utter lack of understanding. The laws of physics, including general relativity and quantum mechanics, cannot describe what happens at this point of infinite density. Time, space, and matter become meaningless. It's a cosmic mystery that no human, or even light, can ever witness directly. The singularity represents the ultimate unknown, a place where the universe turns inside out, where cause and effect may not apply, and where the very fabric of reality is torn apart. Sagittarius A star is one of the most frightening and fascinating locations in the universe. It is a supermassive black hole located at the very center of our galaxy, the Milky Way, and lies about 26,000 light years from Earth in the direction of the Sagittarius constellation. Although the existence of something massive at the center of the galaxy has been suspected for decades, Sagittarius A star was first identified as a strong radio source in 1974 by astronomers Bruce Ballack and Robert Brown. It has a mass equivalent to about 4 million suns, compressed into an area no larger than our solar system. This enormous mass creates an intense gravitational field that pulls in everything nearby, including light. At its core is the event horizon, a point of no return. Anything that crosses it is swallowed forever, spiraling toward the unknown singularity within. For years, Sagittarius A star remained a mysterious, invisible monster. It wasn't until 2022 that scientists, using the Event Horizon Telescope, captured the first image of its shadow, confirming the presence of the supermassive black hole. What makes Sagittarius A star especially eerie is that it lurks quietly in the heart of our own galaxy. It's capable of devouring stars, planets, and potentially the entire solar system. Fortunately, Earth is far enough away to be safe, for now. Sagittarius A star represents the limits of our understanding and the destructive power of gravity. Quasars are among the most powerful and terrifying objects in the universe. First discovered in the 1960s, quasars appear to be star-like points of light in the sky, but with one shocking difference. They emitted more energy than entire galaxies. The first quasar identified, 3C273, was found in 1963 by astronomer Martin Schmidt, revealing that these objects were not stars, but something far more extreme. A quasar is powered by a supermassive black hole at the center of a galaxy. As matter spirals toward the black hole, it heats up to millions of degrees, forming an accretion disk and blasting out enormous jets of energy across the cosmos. Quasars can emit radiation 1,000 times more powerful than the combined light of all the stars in the galaxy they reside in. These objects are so bright they can be seen from billions of light years away, making them some of the most distant and ancient things we can observe. What makes quasars so terrifying is their violent nature and scale. If one were anywhere near our galaxy, its radiation would strip atmospheres from planets and destroy any possibility of life. The jets they produce can stretch across millions of light years, tearing through interstellar space like cosmic blowtorches. Fortunately, quasars are mostly found in the early universe, meaning most are extremely far away, billions of light years from Earth. Still, their existence is a reminder of what happens when gravity, matter, and energy collide on massive scales.
Scary, bro.
Magnetars are some of the most terrifying objects in the universe, deadly remnants of stars that possess magnetic fields so powerful they defy imagination. First theorized in the early 1990s, magnetars were confirmed through the observation of soft gamma repeaters, strange bursts of high-energy radiation that didn't fit into known categories. Astronomers realized they were witnessing something far more extreme than a typical neutron star. A magnetar is a type of neutron star formed when a massive star dies in a supernova explosion and its core collapses. What sets magnetars apart is their insane magnetic field, which can be a quadrillion times stronger than the Earth's. So strong that it could erase your credit card from thousands of kilometers away and tear atoms apart. Their magnetic fields
That's
twist and
crazy, bro.
snap like cosmic rubber bands, releasing massive flares of X-rays and gamma rays in an instant. The most terrifying aspect of a magnetar is the destructive power it can unleash. A single flare from a magnetar could fry satellites, damage power grids, and even impact Earth's atmosphere if one were close enough. Fortunately, most known magnetars are located tens of thousands of light years away. One of the closest known magnetars, SGR 1806-20, is about 50,000 light years from Earth.
Okay, so
Despite their distance, magnetars remain a threat. They're unpredictable, incredibly violent, and poorly understood. If one were to form too close to our solar system, it could unleash a burst of radiation strong enough to devastate life on Earth. The dark flow is one of the most mysterious and unsettling phenomena in the cosmos. A strange motion of galaxy clusters that defies our...
do you think like these things could be like just created as God, just like experimenting, you know? Like it could very well just be like God experimenting with some stuff and leaving it here and thinking like, hey, you know, let's surprise the humans a bit. It could very well be like that. I don't know.
understanding of how the universe should behave. It was
Yeah,
first
like,
detected
literally,
in
he just experiments. He he tries something new that breaks our knowledge, destroys our understanding, and just leaves it there. Just to like tear down our ego, just to be like, hey, you think you're so smart? Nah, I'm smarter than you.
2008 by astronomers using data from NASA's Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy Probe,
That's not
the
big. I'm just
WMAP.
thinking.
Researchers noticed that massive clusters of galaxies appeared to be drifting in the same direction at high speeds, towards a specific region of the sky, without any visible cause. This unexplained motion was dubbed dark flow.
Teenagers are building businesses with AI, while the only AI you know is ChatGPT.
Let's be real.
I ain't building no business.
What
bro.
makes the dark flow so terrifying is that it suggests the presence of something enormous and completely unknown outside the observable universe. Galaxy clusters as far as 2.5 billion light years away are all being pulled in the same direction, toward a region beyond the edge of what we can see. This hints at the possibility that something exists beyond the known cosmos, perhaps a massive structure or even another universe. The idea that there could be hidden influences beyond the observable universe challenges our understanding of cosmic inflation, the Big Bang, and the very fabric of space-time. Some theories suggest that the dark flow could be caused by a gravitational pull from a massive structure beyond our cosmic horizon, something we may never be able to observe directly. We don't know exactly where the dark flow is coming from or what's causing it, only that vast numbers of galaxies are being drawn toward a mysterious region of space at speeds exceeding 600 kilometers
Maybe
per
all
second.
like
The dark flow is
universe
terrifying
are
because
in
it represents a true
right.
unknown, evidence that the universe may be larger, stranger, and more dangerous than we ever imagined. It's like seeing the ripple of a wave and having no
Well,
idea what
I mean,
caused it
maybe
or how
it's just a
big
bunch
the
of
source might be. Rogue black holes
maybe it's just a bunch of galaxies that are part of one galaxy.
are one of the most terrifying phenomena in the universe. Stealthy, invisible destroyers drifting through space with the power to annihilate everything in their path. These black holes are not anchored at the center of galaxies like supermassive black holes. Instead, they roam the cosmos alone, untethered and undetectable until it's far too late. While black holes themselves have been studied since the early 20th century, the idea of rogue black holes, those not bound to a galaxy, began gaining attention in the early 2000s through simulations and gravitational studies. Rogue black holes are thought to form when massive stars die in supernova, or when black holes are violently ejected from galactic centers due to collisions or gravitational interactions. Once free, they drift through interstellar space silently. Since black holes do not emit light, these rogue wanderers are nearly impossible to see unless they interact with matter or distort the space around them. What makes rogue black holes so frightening is their stealth. They could pass through a star system, tear apart planets, or even devour stars, and we might not detect them until the gravitational effects are already happening. It's estimated that there could be millions of rogue black holes drifting through the Milky Way alone. In fact, in 2022, NASA confirmed the first possible detection of a rogue black hole about 5,000 light years away using gravitational microlensing. Unlike black holes in known locations, rogue black holes could be anywhere, even heading towards us without warning. They're terrifying because they combine the destructive power of black holes with complete unpredictability. They are, quite literally, death from the dark. Ton 618 is one of the most terrifying and awe-inspiring places in the known universe. It is a hyperluminous quasar powered by one of the largest and most massive black holes ever discovered. First identified in the 1950s as a faint blue star during a survey of blue stellar objects, Ton 618's true nature wasn't understood until decades later. In the 1970s, astronomers realized it was not a star but a quasar. What makes Ton 618 truly horrifying is the monstrous black hole at its core. Current estimates place its mass at around 66 billion times the mass of our Sun. To put that in perspective, the black hole at the center of the Milky Way, Sagittarius A star, is only about 4 million solar masses. Ton 618's black hole is so massive that it defies conventional models of how such objects form and grow. Ton 618 is located 10.4 billion light years away from Earth, meaning we see it as it existed just a few billion years after the Big Bang. The light from this distant quasar has been traveling through space for most of the age of the universe. Despite this unimaginable distance, its brightness is so intense that it can still be observed from Earth with powerful telescopes. What makes Ton 618 so frightening is not just its mass or energy output, but what it represents. The potential for black holes of incomprehensible scale to exist. It devours matter at such a rate that it outshines entire galaxies, with jets of radiation that could obliterate anything nearby. Ton 618 is a reminder that the universe harbors entities so vast and powerful that
And
they
keep in
challenge our
mind,
understanding of physics.
when he mentions nearby, that's like light years, bro. That's like nearby. It's not like a drumstick length. It's genuinely like, yo, wait, why can't I talk? It's literally, bro, light years, bro. Like, let's say 5 light years. That would be considered nearby, probably. That would probably be right next to it.
And make us feel infinitely small. The edge of the observable universe is one of the most mysterious and chilling regions in all of existence. It is the boundary beyond which we can no longer see, simply because the light from those regions hasn't had enough time to reach us since the beginning of the universe. This concept was first understood in the mid-20th century, following the discovery of cosmic expansion and the Big Bang theory, which led scientists to realize that the universe has a finite observable limit. The edge isn't a physical wall, but a cosmic horizon, the limit of the visible universe. It lies approximately 46.5 billion light years away in every direction. That's because while the universe is about 13.8 billion years old, space itself has been expanding faster than the speed of light, carrying galaxies away from us as their light travels towards us. What makes this boundary so terrifying is the unknown. Beyond it may lie countless more galaxies, perhaps even entirely different laws of physics, alternate universes, or the true scale of the cosmos, none of which we can observe or truly reach. Everything past the edge is forever invisible, cut off by the limits of light and time. Even more unsettling is that galaxies near the edge are moving away so quickly due to cosmic expansion that they will eventually disappear from view forever, leaving us in a darkening universe. Over time, the cosmos may become lonelier and colder as light from distant objects fades into the void.
And you know,
The
we
edge of the
might
observable
never,
universe is terrifying because it forces us to confront cosmic isolation.
not even might. Me and you, we're never going to be able to see this. Never in our lives. Probably not even our kids, bro. Man, depending on when Jesus decides to come back, humanity as a whole might never even see some of these universes, bro.
The limits of human perception, and the vast unknown beyond our reach. It's not just a
Bro,
border of space.
Literally, depending on when Jesus decides to come back, we might never even leave our universe, bro, in a rocket ship.
It's the edge of everything we can ever know. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe and let me know in the
And that proves, bro, there has to be some space that exists outside of space, matter, and time where God resides in. But with that said, that's another video done. If you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, go check out my guy, Mind. But also, I just wanted to mention about what the Bible says about these things. We don't know. Is the Big Bang biblical? I don't know. I really don't know. And we might never know, you know? But at the end of the day, the most important thing is, even if the Big Bang is biblical, then we also need to remember who created it and who caused everything to come into motion. At the end of the day, God is the creator. He's the one who created everything. He's the one where everything came from. Yeah, man, in the vapor of his breath, the planets form. In the vapor of his breath, the planets form. So, but yeah, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and all those good stuff. And yeah, shalom. Okay. 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 Okay, next video we got the biggest bums in cartoon history. Yeah. I think the scariest of all of those places are, man, just the thought, like, alone, like, I don't even think the scariest thing in this universe is a physical thing. I think it's literally just the thought that there are things out there that we can not and will not ever be able to understand. And there's things in this universe that we cannot and will not even ever be able to stop. Like those rogue, what do you call it? Those rogue black holes, we'll never even be able to tell where they are, bro. We'll never even be able to tell when we're gonna be dying, bro. A rogue black hole can come out of nowhere at any time, bro. Literally any time. And we won't know it until it's too late. I think that's the most scary thought, bro. But let's get into it. The biggest bums in Cartoon Network. I mean, not Cartoon Network. The biggest bums in cartoons. This is from the one and only Wordy. Check him out and get into it. That's where we at.
Okay, this is the dumbest video I've ever made. Lazy characters. Sometimes we all
Okay,
get
first of all, Garfield, right? We got Garfield. Second of all, oh yeah, we got who's this guy? Richard from Amazing World of Gumball. Gumball. Then obviously we got who's this? Beast Boy. I'm not saying this because I saw it from the title. I'm literally saying, oh yeah, we got Jake from Adventure Time. We got Mordecai and Rigby, bro. Mordecai and Rigby, bro. Okay, who else? Who else? Bro, we got Shikamaru, but that's not from cartoons. That's anime. That's a whole different genre. We got Snorlax, bro, from Pokemon. Technically, it's also anime. What else, bro? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? We got Michelangelo. No, that's also technically an anime. Wow, wow. So many of the old cartoons were animated. What else? Who else is there? Who else is there? Who else is there? Huh. Yeah, I think that's it, bro. I can't think about any other.
lazy at some points in our lives. Okay, that's crazy that I say that and I just missed 2 months of uploading. All right,
That's crazy.
we don't talk about that. But there are some people
Yeah, these
that are
two, bro.
just so lazy.
These two. Lazy, bro.
That they are basically in the running for the competition of the most unemployed man on the globe. And now
Literally.
recently I've been rewatching a
What
lot
a
of cartoons and I've been seeing clips of them on my reels. Now we got to start with the biggest bum of all cartoons, Richard Watterson. I have not seen a bigger example of a bum in cartoons.
There was literally an episode, bro, where he got a job and it literally almost destroyed the entire universe, bro. It almost destroyed everything.
This dude, his day just consists of sleeping, eating, and more sleeping. And maybe a little bit of TV if he feels like it. And
Him
that's it.
getting a
And now
job.
we all got days where we don't do shit, but look, this is his everyday life. This is the
Literally.
life of Richard Watterson. And for those of you that have never seen the show, some of you might be thinking to yourself, why has Richard never tried to get a job? You know, he's got to support the family. But the thing is, he got a job for one episode. And when he got a job, the universe almost just exploded. Some things just aren't meant to be. And one of them is Richard having a job. And the whole episode, Nicole was tweaking because, well, she knew something wasn't quite right when Richard was actually employed. And what I find ironic is that this dude, Richard, is one of the faces of the unemployment meme, yet he's always wearing a tie. Like, what? In one episode, Richard lied about being the CEO of Chanex Inc. He just walked in to get a bag of chips and everyone thought he was the CEO. And when he did become the CEO of Chanex, like the whole place just collapsed on itself. And somehow he replaced everything that was essential for a work building to be quote unquote fun functional. I really don't know how this dude's brain works. But the laziest I have ever seen Richard Watterson is the episode The Laziest. Now, Gumball and Darwin wanted somebody to beat Richard in a lazy off. And they found out that the only person that could do it was Lazy Larry. I figured I gotta give him a little cameo in this video. Now, the lore behind Larry is that this dude works every job in Elmore. But before that, this dude used to sit on the couch and just do nothing. And just to get him to compete against Richard, Gumball and Darwin got him fired from his jobs, wrecked his car, destroyed his marriage, like literally everything possible to try and get him to compete. And at the end, when he just eventually lost everything, this dude sat on the couch and literally became one with the couch. I don't know how the hell that's even possible. And Gumball and Darwin, I think in the end, had to compete against Richard. And at the end of the episode, he gave them the win just so he could trick Nicole acting like he was doing the chores all day. Like at this point, Lazy Larry, I don't even know if he's competing anymore. Maybe not. Maybe Lazy Larry is washed and he is no longer the most unemployed man in Elmore. Okay, number 2, we got Rigby. Now, Rigby went on a character development arc at the end of the show. But however, I think in the first couple of seasons, maybe Rigby was a bum. He never wanted to do anything. In season 2, this dude hired a doppelganger to take his place. He hired this dude named Doug. This dude actually turned into him. He didn't want to do his work that bad to the the point where he just sat around and hired somebody else to do everything for him. And he also barely paid him to do it too. Like he just basically gave him pennies because he had to quote unquote cover the finder's fee, whatever that means. They had to end up figuring out who the real Rigby was. That's how alike they ended up becoming. And another episode I remember, Rigby got this thing in the room. It was called a wall buddy because he didn't want to pick up all his trash. And that shit was a heaping pile of garbage. I really don't know how he lives like that, bro. That's crazy. He got a wall buddy thing that literally separated him and Mordecai in the room and tried to move the trash to Mordecai's side because he wanted Mordecai to clean it. Like at this point, you could have just cleaned it. Like it would have been easier if you cleaned your own garbage instead of getting the wall buddy. Like it's crazy how much Rigby would do to get around getting his work done when it would have just been easier to get his work done in the first place. And even Mordecai sometimes do. They were both doing anything but their actual job. It was crazy. One episode, Benson hired 2 new employees that kind of looked like a scrapped version of Mordecai and Rigby. And now these dudes get their jobs done really easily, and Mordecai and Rigby are trying to mess it up for them. Eventually, these guys, Chad and Jeremy, end up quitting because Mordecai and Rigby just it up so bad. And in the end, Benson had to rehire Mordecai and Rigby. He had nobody else to clean the boats or whatever the hell they were doing. And all they had to do to avoid this shit from happening was to actually do their job. And I really don't know how they avoided getting fired throughout the entire show. Like they have done so much damage to the park, the house, like just literally everything. But next we got Cyborg and Beast Boy from Teen Titans Go. Now I watched Teen Titans Go as a kid. Found it funny as a kid, but obviously nowadays, looking back on it, I feel like the episodes were just hit or miss for me. Some of them were funny, but some of them not really. But I had to include it because what is this show even about, bro? One episode, Cyborg and Beast Boy cloned themselves because they were so lazy. They didn't even want to do anything for like 2 weeks. They kept cloning themselves. And there were clones of Cyborg and Beast Boy all over the tower. But for that entire period, they just kept eating pizza and gaming the whole time. And the other Titans didn't even know. So by the end of the episode, yeah, you could just imagine they let themselves go. There was piles and piles of pizza boxes in their room. You could see the flies buzzing around them. Like this literally speaks unemployment. Now, don't get me wrong. We all got days where we do pretty much nothing, but I don't know how people live like this on a daily basis. I just don't understand it. A lot of the episodes are just random side quests. Beast Boy in one episode got a job at a pie place, and then Cyborg saw a little pie springy thing on his hat and was just laughing his ass off. Like, that's really how it is when your friends roast you for having a job, like genuinely. Like, I saw this clip on Instagram Reels, and that's what I knew. I had to include them in the video. And this show was literally anything but fighting crime. This is why a lot of people hated Teen Titans Go. And I do feel like it was a downgrade from the original, but some episodes were okay. Like, it wasn't the worst show in the world or anything. Now we got Patrick. I'm sure a lot of you were expecting Patrick to be in this video. The one time Patrick got a job at the Krusty Krab, this dude was using a broom upside down. How did you even mess that up, bro? I don't know. I guess that whole episode, SpongeBob was trying to teach him how to work at the Krusty Krab. And when he picked up the phone, somebody asked if it was the Krusty Krab. But this dude kept insisting that it was Patrick. He tried delivering orders to the tables too, and he just kept eating the food. And I think the whole reason why he wanted a job is because SpongeBob had so many trophies and he wanted one. And by the end of the episode, he got a trophy in the mail. And I'm sure a lot of you are wondering what this trophy was. What would Patrick Star get an award for? Doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Like, this dude has to at least be top 5 lazy characters. There's no way. There is a whole meme where Patrick's to-do list literally says nothing. And for whatever reason, he had to write that shit down. He had to remember that he had nothing to do. Like, always. I mean, I guess at least he tried. I don't know. But Patrick is always spawn camping under the rock, just watching TV. That is the average day of Patrick Star. Now we got Garfield. All right, he's got to be in the top 3. Like, this dude literally does nothing besides eat lasagna and watch TV. Garfield has got to be on this list. He was lazy about everything else except food. He would literally do anything to get food. And his entire slogan is also hating Mondays. I don't get why he says that, because his life is not any different on Mondays. Like, this dude doesn't have a job. He just lounges around in the house on Mondays. It's not really any different. Now we got Peter Griffin. There are so many memes about Peter Griffin being lazy. Like, there's one meme where he's just getting carried on a forklift. Then I've been seeing one where it's like Bill Gates dropped out of college too, and it's just Peter Griffin on the couch covered in food stains. And in that episode, Peter literally gets stuck to the couch. Like, how are you so lazy to the point where you get stuck on the couch? That is insane. Like, I'm surprised Richard's ass didn't get stuck on the couch. But guys, don't worry. Bill Gates also dropped out of college too. And I'm also a 65-year-old kid, so just give me time, bro. I don't have to get a job yet, man. It's all good. But this dude, Peter, was just dead ass spamming Uber Eats for an entire week to the point where you could barely even walk in his living room. There was like beer cans all over the floor and shit. His skin just got so sweaty that he just pretty much became one with the couch. And I cannot forget that one episode where he ran his own food truck because Lois wanted him to eat healthy. I don't know what kind of contraption he was serving, but literally by the end of the episode, Peter had to be carried out of the food truck via crane. He was just staying in there for days on end, just eating whatever slop he was serving. And then in season 3, episode 10, Peter lost his job, so he decided to just sit on the couch for 2 weeks and just eat chips or something. It was to the point where Brian had to drive him around on a forklift for him to go on a walk. And when Brian was taking him outside, he couldn't even fit through the door. But getting stuck to the couch like that, yeah, he is going at the number 2 spot, bro. That's crazy. Eric Carmen. I don't think I've ever seen somebody more spoiled in my entire life. This dude's mom will literally give him anything he asks for. And all he has to do is really just sit on the couch and cry when he doesn't get his way. Cannot forget that episode where him, Stan, Kenny, and Kyle were playing World of Warcraft. His mom ran downstairs just so he could shit in a bucket. I've never seen that much dedication towards a game. And look at the meals his mom is cooking him up. Like 5 pancakes with powdered donuts surrounding them. Like, no wonder why this dude gets cooked for being a plate cleaner. It just makes sense. I think this happened literally in the 2nd episode. This dude bought a product that thought would get him in shape, and it was called the Weight Gain 4000. This dude really thought he had to bulk. Nah, dude, you gotta go on the cut of the century right now. I don't know why I thought a product called Weight Gain 4000 would help him cut weight. Like, you gotta exercise to lose the weight. Like, bro, there is no shortcut to exercising. And all he had to do to get it was he had to just cry on the couch and just make, I don't even know, some kind of squealing noise. And then his mom was like, all right, I'll go to the store tonight instead of tomorrow. Like, in the grand scheme of things, it really wasn't that big of a deal. But what's crazy is that when Eric sets his mind to something, oh, he will be super dedicated. He'll do it. The amount of times he wanted to get revenge on people. And of course, after Eric ate the Weight Gain 4000 or whatever it was, you can just imagine what happened. Snorlax. I think all he does is sleep. Like, I don't really think he does anything else. Like, in the game, he's got to move his ass out of the way when he's blocking, I forget what city, but I've never seen a creature so dedicated to sleeping in my entire life. And the only time he wakes up is to eat something. That's it. So we just had to put him on here. Like, the moment I think lazy characters, I think of Snorlax. But if you enjoyed this video, you will like this one right here about the most annoying side characters. Just click on it.
So short. 11 minutes, bro.
EVE Online is a vast.
The Boetes Void.
Okay, next up. Ooh, this one looks interesting. Your life as an anglerfish. Let's check it out. Your life as an anglerfish from James Toland. Let's get into it.
You're 1 in a million. Literally. Okay, well, 500,000 now.
Okay, I'm getting too distracted. I was scraping paint off my chair.
And the time has come to take on the vast ocean by yourself. As you flow with the currents, you pick off any plankton that come in your path, hoping you don't run into a death sentence. With no protection, there's not much you can do to stop it, hence the million eggs thing, but being translucent helps a bit. As the months go on, you convert more plankton into usable mussels. Being a male, it's not long till you reach the end of your larvae stage, going from a few millimeters long to a whopping 2 centimeters. You are now an adult deep-sea anglerfish. The time has come for you to fulfill your life's only purpose. You begin the descent into the dark, cold abyss, your favorite place to be, eventually hitting 6,000 to 8,000 feet below surface.
Crazy.
Well, This is what it looks like down here. No sunlight can get through, so it's complete and utter darkness. What on earth is that? Right. Okay. As I was saying, there's usually no way to see down here, but that wouldn't make for a very good video, so let's brighten it up a bit. Much better. That was the easy bit. Now you've got to find the needle in the whole ocean. Using your highly sensitive specialized scent receptors, you try and pick up a trail that'll lead you to your target. To up the stakes, your digestive system degenerates, so you're on a ticking timer. This doesn't happen to every species, so guess you're the unlucky one. But that's okay. You can handle the pressure. After picking something up, you follow, keeping your eyes peeled for any further signs. Fortunately, you think you've managed to find what you're looking for. Wow. She's the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. You head on over and introduce yourself by biting her belly and latching on. In some species, this is only temporary for mating, but not you. You release an enzyme that melts your face into the female's skin, fusing you both together. Your circulatory systems merge, so you can now leach all your nutrients from her blood supply. As the weeks pass, your eyes, fins, brain function, and all your internal organs gradually degenerate, except the important thing that distinguishes you as a male. At this point, it raises the philosophical question as to whether you even still exist. Are you still a separate animal, or just an organ? Have you become the female, or part of the female? I don't know, but for the sake of continuing the narrative, you are now a female deep-sea anglerfish.
Yo.
Thanks to that noble sacrifice, you don't need to worry about finding a mate when you're ready to lay some eggs, a difficult task in this environment. You can just use him. Or him. Or him. Lots of options. Females can be up to 60 times larger and 500,000 times heavier than males, some reaching lengths of 4 feet, but you're just average size.
Yo, wait. I didn't know that. Like, males don't have the thing. Wait. Creepy. Yeah, no, they genuinely don't have it. Look at this, bro. I did not know that. I thought all of them had, like, the thing. A light thing. A built-in light bulb. Look at, wait, male. Bro, say they literally, their only goal in life is to latch on to a female. Like, they live to die. Look at how ugly these things are, bro. Ugh. That's a male, bro. This is a male. That's a male. Crazy. Yo, anglerfish are weird, bro. Fish in general are just weird.
At around 6 inches. Right. Apart from size, you may notice a few minor differences as a female. One being that large rod sticking out your head. Your main tool for survival, and the reason you got the name angler. You provide a nutrient-rich environment to millions of bioluminescent bacteria living in your esker, the fleshy bulb at the end of your rod, who then produce light through a chemical reaction, a unique trait to deep-sea anglers. A specialized structure and reflective tissues help focus and direct the light outwards, so you don't accidentally reveal your lovely smile. Your rod is a modified dorsal fin, and to help make your esker look more alive, you wobble it back and forth. Now you wait. And wait. And wait. You don't know how long it'll be, as life at these depths is few and far between, which is why you don't want to be wasting precious energy chasing around.
Living wealthier is about securing your financial future. With our offshore banking
Imagine,
solutions,
bro.
you
Like,
know
your
that
whole
you'll
point in life is just to sit there and do nothing. That's just your whole life, bro.
Eventually, your light attracts an innocent passerby who thinks it's their lucky day. Just as they're convinced they're about to get an easy meal, you pounce, caging them behind your rows of sharp inward-pointing teeth. Your teeth do some damage on the way in, but now serve to hold them in place as they suffocate in your stomach. Nice. Good catch. And your low metabolism means it'll keep you going for several weeks. Hopefully enough time to lure the next one. Oh no. Being an ambush predator, you're not built for speed and athleticism, which is why you look like a custom Oblivion character. Your only option is to hide. You can't directly turn off your light, so you influence factors like the oxygen supply to control the amount produced. To blend in, your ultra-black skin absorbs nearly 100% of the light that hits it, practically granting you invisibility in this pitch-black environment, a handy trick among certain anglerfish species. Really, you should look like this, but again, I actually want people to watch the video. Although, none of this really helps if sight isn't used to find you. Now that you're in the clear, you can get back to work. Huh. This guy's a fair bit larger than you. Not a problem. Your flexible jawbones allow you to expand your mouth wide enough to grasp and hold the prey. As you suction them in, your depressible teeth fall backwards to get out the way, before snapping back to prevent escape. You expand your highly flexible stomach to nearly twice your body's size to handle all the extra protein. These adaptations are crucial as you can't afford to pass on any opportunities in such harsh conditions. As you spend the following months getting back to normal size, you release some pheromones in preparation for the year's most important event. Oh look, there's one already there.
Weird.
You let him on board as you can never have too much choice. Well, maybe 6 is pushing the limits, but still. Most animals would reject fusions like this, but you've evolved away some of the most crucial immune defenses typically seen, allowing for this unique ritual.
Crazy.
Now that he's all settled in, the time has come. Along with your army of on-demand fertilizers, you release a long, thin, gelatinous sheet of hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of eggs. You wave them goodbye as they float off to the surface, never to be seen by you again. Your parental care consists of having enough of them in the hopes that at least some of them survive. After all that excitement, you're back to the usual daily grind. Again, turning the brightness up and shaking your lure around, you try to reel in something to feed the family. Come on. Just a little closer. One more step. Got him. Well, a bit of him. This one's putting up a fight. The prey struggles as you try to pull them in, doing anything they can to get free. Eventually, this time, the prey proves too strong and wiggles their way to a chance of freedom. Leave him. You'll never catch up now. That stumpy body can't even get out of first gear. You're so evolved to not move, you don't even have pelvic fins like most fish to help you swim. All you can do now is toddle on and wait for the next one. As the years go on, you continue to lurk in the depths, preying on poor souls just looking for a quick snack. You feed your collection of male parasites and keep producing your annual batch of eggs to keep the species going. After finishing off that last meal, you think to yourself, you could keep going as you are, waiting till something eventually conks out and you drift off into the darkness. Or you could take matters into your own hands and go on one last adventure. You've made your decision.
Oh no, it's not him. Yeah, no, it ain't him. Never mind.
Decision. You're gonna see it again. It's been over 20 years and you're finally going back, even if it's at snail's pace. That won't stop you. You keep on chugging along with only one thing on your mind. As you get closer and closer, the decrease in pressure
I got breakfast on my mind. I got breakfast on my mind.
starts to take its toll on your internal organs and tissues, making you even uglier. But you're determined to keep going. Everything in your body wants to give up, but you persevere until you get the first glimpse of your reward. There it is. The sun. Just a little more left to go. So close. You can do it. You're gonna make it. You can see the light.
And you got it. Whoa, that's clean. Actually, bro, now that I think about it, I'm happy, bro. I don't know. Like, I'm happy that I'm a human, bro. Like, as dumb as some humans can be, like, actually, there's always someone out there having it worse, bro. Remember, bro, if you think your life is bad, remember there's always an anglerfish somewhere, bro, living a life that literally they just sit there and do nothing till they die. They live literally to die. Crazy. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, all those good stuff, and shalom. Wow, we actually managed to do 3 videos today. That's actually so good. Wait, we're already on 3 videos right now. We actually did 4 videos plus previous stream. Yo, that's actually, we're doing good on time. We're actually doing good on time, bro. Okay, next video. Okay, I think this one's gonna be a bit more interesting. Common first aid mistakes that makes injuries worse. This is from Chill Dude Explains, the one and only, and let's get into it. Hold on, I'm gonna go make some coffee. I got breakfast on my mind. I got breakfast on my mind. I got breakfast on my mind. Na 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 na. I got breakfast on my mind. I got breakfast on my mind. I got breakfast on my mind.
Let's get right into it.
Let's get
Number
right
8,
into it.
tick twist terror. Your first instinct might be to grab that little bloodsucker and twist it like you're opening a jar. But that's exactly how you turn a simple tick bite into a horror show. When you twist, the tick's head snaps off like a cheap plastic toy.
Yeah.
Now you've got tiny tick parts stuck in your skin like the
Yeah.
world's worst splinter.
You gotta grab them from like the head and kind of squeeze them off. But you also gotta do that in a specific
It gets
way,
worse.
I think.
When you twist or squeeze the tick, it basically throws up inside your skin. Tick vomit in your bloodstream. Some people try to burn the tick off with matches or lighters. This just makes the tick panic and regurgitate even more. It's like trying to get rid of an unwanted house guest by setting your couch on fire. The right way? Get some fine-tipped tweezers. Grab the tick as close to your skin as possible.
Yeah.
Pull straight up with steady pressure. No twisting, no jerking. Think of it like removing a splinter, not uncorking a wine bottle. Once it's out, clean the area with soap and water or antiseptic.
Like I learned this because I used to stay like on a plot where we had dogs and there were like ticks everywhere. Yeah, so I kind of learned.
A hiker learned this the hard way when he tried the hot match trick. He ended up with tick bits stuck in his skin and a nasty infection. So remember, when it comes to tick removal, slow and steady wins the race. Number 7, cold chill catastrophe. When someone's core temperature drops too low, their heart starts beating to a different rhythm. It's like an engine trying to run on frozen fuel. Suddenly blasting that cold body with heat, especially on the arms and legs first, can be deadly. Here's what happens. Cold blood in their limbs rushes back to their heart like a tidal wave of ice water. The heart, already struggling with its own frozen beat, basically gets hit with cardiac brain freeze. Think of it like throwing ice-cold water on a hot glass. It can crack from the shock. The right way to help? Start with the core, chest, neck, and groin areas. Use warm, not hot blankets or heating pads.
Yeah, my dad taught me this, like, even when you go swim, like on a hot day, don't immediately hop in. Like, it's not actually good for you to hop in immediately. Rather, like, take some water, like, put it around your, like, palms, or, like, you know, first, like, make your palms wet, like, this, make that wet, like, your chest, all that, so that your body already knows the water, like, is adjusted to the water, and then slowly get in.
The body warm up gradually, like defrosting a turkey. You wouldn't microwave a frozen turkey, right? Same principle here. Even medical professionals have to be super careful. There are cases where people seemed fine during quick rewarming, then suddenly their heart went haywire. If you're not sure what to do, just keep them dry, wrap them in blankets, and call for help. Sometimes doing less is actually doing more. Number 6. Direct ice danger. When ice touches bare skin, something wild happens inside your cells. Tiny ice crystals start forming in your skin cells, literally shredding them from the inside out. It's like having thousands of microscopic knives tearing through your tissue. The
That's why it's so painful holding ice sometimes.
blood vessels under your skin start to panic and squeeze shut. This cuts off blood flow to the area, which is exactly what you don't want when trying to heal. Your skin can actually get burned by ice. The affected area first turns red, then pale, and if you're really unlucky, it might turn a creepy grayish color. This isn't just about ice packs. Any super cold object can do this to your skin.
Yeah.
Some people have learned this the hard way by grabbing frozen metal poles with bare hands. The damage can range from minor burns that heal in a few days to permanent tissue damage. Preventing this is super simple. Always wrap ice in a thin towel before putting it on your skin. Don't leave it on for more than 20 minutes at a time. If your skin starts feeling like it's burning or tingling, that's your cue to remove the ice immediately. Same goes for ice therapy.
Crazy.
Always need that barrier between the ice and your skin. Number 5. Sunburn salve sabotage. You've spent all day at the beach looking like a lobster in training. Your first instinct might be to grab that trusty jar of petroleum jelly from your medicine cabinet, but that's actually one of the worst things you could do. When you get a sunburn, your skin is basically cooking from the inside out. It needs to release that heat to heal properly.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all my tasks. I start by brain dumping everything I need to get done in a
Shush.
But petroleum jelly creates a seal that traps all that heat underneath. It's like putting a lid on a boiling pot. Your pores get clogged, the sweat can't escape, and your skin just keeps on cooking. This lesson often comes with a painful price, ending up with burns way worse than they started with. Instead of oil-based products, go for something water-based with aloe vera. These lighter products actually help your skin cool down instead of turning it into a human oven. Keep your aloe vera in the fridge. The cool gel feels amazing on burnt skin, and it actually helps bring down the inflammation. So next time you're looking like a freshly boiled lobster, remember, no petroleum jelly. Number 4, spinal gamble. Your spine is like a delicate stack of dominoes with a super important rope running through the middle. That rope is your spinal cord, and it controls everything from walking to breathing. When someone takes a bad fall, those dominoes might be barely holding together. One wrong move, and snap. That rope gets pinched or torn. Mike thought he was helping his friend after a skateboarding accident. He lifted his buddy to get him more comfortable. That one well-meaning move led to partial paralysis. The original injury wasn't even that severe. It was the movement afterward that caused permanent damage. Think about carrying a full cup of water across a room. Now imagine that water is someone's spinal cord, and any spill means permanent nerve damage. That's how careful you need to be. Unless there's immediate danger, don't move them at all. Keep them still. Talk to them. Wait for the pros. Those few minutes of waiting might feel like forever, but they're nothing compared to a lifetime of paralysis. One twist, one wrong angle, and that's it. Game over.
Yeah, my dad's here, so I unfortunately have to end the stream right here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Don't worry, we're gonna rewatch this video again whenever we get time. But I might see you guys in 2 weeks. Yeah, peace.